Hello and welcome to Gardening with Ben. In today's episode we're going to be having a look at the best gardening magazines that you can purchase for beginners, and gardening magazines are perfect things to give you advice, tips, knowledge and freebies as well. So sit back, relax and let's have a look at today's gardening magazines for beginners. Hello and welcome. So, gardening magazines. I am addicted to buying gardening magazines, and one of the main reasons is for the free gifts what come in the magazines, as they're not obviously free because you're paying for the magazine, so you're paying for them, but I see them as free gifts and I end up getting absolutely loads and loads of seeds in these magazines. So let's have a look at what magazines I'm on about today. So the magazines which I purchase usually are the Grow Your Own magazine, which I won an award from, if you didn't already know, for the best gardening podcast. So that's one of the magazines. Then also I purchased the Kitchen Gardener magazine, which is also another fantastic magazine. And then Gardener's World magazine, which I've only just started purchasing, so I'm looking forward to reading that one this month. So let's have a look at what you get in the magazine and how much they tend to cost to purchase. So the first one we'll look at is the Grow Your Own magazine. So let's open it up. So these magazines which I purchase, these are the January magazines which tend to come. And in this Grow Your Own magazine, which costs $5.99 to purchase, I have got some free seeds, which I absolutely love. And the best thing about the free seeds is that they tend to be some things that you wouldn't tend to go out and buy yourself. So sometimes you end up just sowing them to see how well they do, and then you realise you absolutely love them. So you end up going back the year after and purchasing them seeds because they tasted so nice and they've grown so well. So what free seeds have we got in this magazine? We've got 5 free packets, and these are Radish Cherry Bell, which are these ones. We've got some dill, which is herbs. We've got some celery, which I absolutely disgustingly hate, so I won't be eating them or growing them. Anybody want some free celery seeds? We have broccoli purple sprouted Rudolph. I've not heard of that variety before. So yeah. And we have some cabbage calibos, which look like them. So all these are to be sown around March time from what I can see. So yeah, and the celery is due to be sown now. So if you've got this magazine, you can be sowing the celery and getting it growing, because it does need a long time to grow. So I won't be growing it, but if you're growing celery, now is the time to be sowing your celery seeds. And the dill, I thought you'd be sowing that now, but no, you sow that in April. So yeah, free seeds, free seeds. And also, we have got in this magazine a free calendar which we can put up in our shed, and that shows you all the times of when to sow all your seeds. Obviously it's not laminated, so don't get it wet, but it also gives you reminders on it. You can add notes to it, and yeah, basically when you sow, plant and harvest your vegetables. So that'll be very useful. So yeah, obviously I don't know everything, so I do look things up and refer to them. So the magazine itself, which is usually nice and thick, and it sometimes comes with some offers on it on the back, so then you can go out and purchase them if you want them to add to the garden. But the best thing is about the Grow Your Own magazine is that it tends to be articles from readers. So it's actual people who are doing it for fun and enjoyment, and they can enjoy growing it all themselves. And it gives you lots of information and tips, a bit like growing your own living wall. I would like to grow some stuff on my walls of my shed, so maybe I may look into doing that. But yeah, and also it gives you tips on how to grow the seeds what are actually free in the magazine, how to grow purple sprouting broccoli. So it gives you great information, and it's all easy to digest, and it just gives you plenty of tips on all the garden jobs, like how to do pricking out, how to do other garden jobs in the garden. So yeah, I do recommend this magazine, not just for the free seeds, but for a good read as well, because with gardening you're always learning, and there's so much to learn in gardening. It's a never-ending job, and there's always something new to be learning in the garden, and things are changing all the time. There's different new products coming out, different vegetables, different fruit, new varieties of things. So yeah, and they like to also share pictures of what people have taken down on their allotments as well. So yeah, have a read, go out and purchase it, and see if you can grow these free seeds what have come in the magazine. So what magazine is next? The next magazine we're going to look at is Kitchen Garden magazine. Now this has to be one of my favourites out of all the magazines, because you can certainly rely on getting the free seeds in this magazine. Some other magazines don't always put the free seeds in, but Kitchen Garden are usually every month, and without a doubt they put in 10 packets of seeds. So if you're purchasing these from a garden centre, that will cost you at least £20, at least £20. So it's well worth its money in gold, and more seeds to add to the pile. So we're going to see what free seeds we have got in this magazine this time. So we have got some tomatoes, amateur, which are those ones. We've got some herbs, what are Welsh onions. I don't think I've heard of them before, so I'm going to have to research them. I'm trying to grow as much herbs as possible down at the plot, as I've not really got herbs growing, so I'll be putting these with my mint. So we'll have a go at growing them ones. We've got some more broccoli. We're going to be definitely full of broccoli. We've got some more purple sprouting broccoli. So yeah, a different variety to the one what was in the Grow Your Own magazine. We have some watercress. Now I've never tried growing watercress, so I might research that as well and have a look at seeing if we can grow that. We have some asparagus. Now, asparagus usually you grow them from crowns, so growing them from seed, we'll have to see how we get on. So I really want to try and grow these. So these are due to be sown in March, so yeah, March will be busy. We have some chard, some mixed variety coloured chard, so that'll be good. We've got some more herbs, lovage, which are these. We've got some garlic chives, which are those. All these seeds tend to be planted around March, April time. We've got some artichoke. Now I was only looking at those the other day, about growing some of those, as I've never tried growing artichoke myself. So these are the artichoke, and we're due to sow them in February, so that'll be soon. So we'll be getting sowing soon. And then we've got some wild rocket. So the Kitchen Garden magazine is full of lots and lots of tips, a bit like the Grow Your Own magazine, and it gives you great advice about like winter pruning, which is due now, as obviously I keep saying I need to prune my apple trees and my pear trees, but don't prune your plum trees yet. They're due to be done around late springtime, and like that as well. And it's got some great advice on preparing tomato seeds, getting them all ready for growing next year and getting them ready. So yeah, it's full of fantastic information, and it's all from gardeners, just amateur gardeners from different allotments, different people with different kitchen gardens, talking about rotation. That means that you need to rotate your crops and not grow them in the same place every year. So I do recommend the Kitchen Garden magazine. Out of all the magazines, I do prefer this one the best, because it does come, like I say, with 10 free packets of seeds every single month. You can guarantee that from this magazine, and it's ideal. And like I say, you can try the seeds what you wouldn't normally buy in the in the garden centres, and try and grow them yourself. So yeah. And what else have we got in here? So yeah, it's good to see, because sometimes people are popping up in these magazines who you do follow on like Instagram and stuff like that, and you see their articles and they look brilliant, and it's certainly encouraging me to make my own magazine, which I'm hoping to be launching in January, but it's going to be a digital download magazine for the time being. So yeah, it's going to be a good year next year for Gardening with Ben. So we'll have to see what it's like and get this read. So what's the final magazine, you may be asking? Well, this is the first time I've purchased this one. It's called Gardener's World magazine. Obviously I do watch Gardener's World, as it does have a lot of tips. It's not just for the vegetable garden, Gardener's World, whereas Kitchen Garden and Grow Your Own tend to be just your normal allotment type produce, whereas Gardener's World is for all different types of growing. It doesn't come with any free seeds, unfortunately, but it comes jam-packed. It is the cheaper of the three magazines. This is £5.60, whereas them two are both £5.99, but it does come with a free calendar. And if you're a fan of Monty Don, you'll be able to see him on your wall on most months. It's got some great pictures taken from Gardener's World and from Monty Don. So yeah, you can pop this up on your wall, and it gives you tips on what to do each month. So yeah, it also tells you when the magazine's on sale. So yeah, but it's got some great pictures. Maybe I should do my own calendar next year. Let me know in the comments. I just need to get some great pictures from my allotment this year, and hopefully we could do something like this. So maybe you will see Gardening with Ben on front of a calendar pretty soon. So what's in the Gardener's World magazine? Well, obviously the people that write in this magazine are the experts from the Gardener's World, including Monty Don, Carol Klein. Carol Klein's got some great programs. I do love watching Carol Klein's programs. And it's got Q&As where people write in questions and the experts answer them, which is always good. People send me questions and I don't always know the answers. Like I say, I'm still learning all the time. It gives you tips on what to do around the garden around this time of year, including cleaning up your tools and getting them all ready for next year. It's a pretty thick magazine. It's thicker than the other magazines totally, and yeah, it's telling you all the stuff what you need to do around this time of year. So that's a good lot of advice, because people don't know what to do in the garden at this time of year. There's always new stuff to be learning, and there's a Gardener's World offer this month, and I saw this on the show the other week and it was absolutely fantastic. Cornus sanguinea, if that's how you say it. It's a red tree. It goes red in the winter. Look at that. I would love to grow some of that. I may have to purchase this myself, but yeah, we'll have to see. if anyone wants to buy me one, feel free. So yeah, pruning again, telling you about pruning, what to prune this month to get that all sorted. So yeah, it gives me ideas on what to talk about in my podcasts and on my videos as well, reading magazines. So that's another good job. And also there's a bit from Alan Titchmarsh. He's obviously the most famous gardener above Monty Don. So yeah, one day, gardening with Ben, maybe there. But yeah, it looks a great magazine. Like I say, I've not had Gardener's World magazine before. It's something new for me to try and read. I'm always loving reading new things, and it gives you some crafts to do as well to make some Christmas wreaths. So yeah, plenty for you to be learning. So out of all three magazines, which are the Grow Your Own magazine, the Gardener's World magazine, and the Kitchen Garden magazine, I have to say the favourite is the Kitchen Garden magazine. To say I won the award from Grow Your Own magazine, and I should really be saying that, Kitchen Garden has to be the best for the 10 free packets. It's definitely worth its money in gold. So let me know which is your favourite magazine, your gardening magazine. Maybe it's one that I've not purchased. So let me know in the comments, and I'll have to have a look for it and see for myself if it's any good. So thanks for watching today's video. Make sure you do click that subscribe button. We're going to be doing a lot of videos now. We've got lots more free time, so I'm going to be doing more videos to share. And I hope that you have a fantastic week. And as always, remember, keep gardening, keep smiling, and keep listening to Gardening with Ben, especially on this podcast. If you've not checked out my podcast, go and find Gardening with Ben. Over 110 episodes for you to listen to on Spotify, Apple, whichever podcast platform you use. So check them out. Until next time, have a great week everyone.